If you want to make real profit in pixel worlds, you need to stop thinking only about quick flips and start thinking long-term. A lot of players focus on what they can sell right now, but the players who usually make the most over time are the ones who position themselves early. They look at future demand, limited event items, and opportunities that can grow in value after an event ends. That is exactly what I wanted to do. In this video, I want to show you how I set myself up for long-term profit, why I think this strategy worked, and why I believe it can keep paying off in the future. And before we start, I am doing a 3-letter word giveaway. To enter, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your user below. Also, you do need to be subscribed to be chosen. And yes, I can check. Now, one of the biggest parts of my strategy was Easter boosters. I spent 300,000 gems on a large number of Easter boosters one day before release, and that ended up being one of the most important decisions in my setup. I will make a full video on that opening later, because there's a lot to cover, but I want to mention it here because it played a major role in how I built my profit. The reason this was such a strong move is because the Easter boosters already made me a lot of byte coins. I got some very lucky rolls, and that gave me immediate value right away. But what makes this even more interesting is that I do not think the profit ends there. I believe these items will become even more valuable after the Easter event ends, because once the event is over, supply becomes limited and players start looking back at items they did not get. That is where long-term profit starts to matter. In pixel worlds, event items can become much stronger investments after they are no longer available. When supply stops coming in, the better items, the rarer items, and even some of the overlooked items can start rising over time. That is why I was not only looking at what I could sell today, I was also looking at what could become more valuable later. That mindset changes everything. Instead of using my gems on random things with no real future value, I used them on something tied to an event. That gave me a chance at short-term profit through lucky rolls, while also giving me a strong chance at future profit once the Easter event ends. And that is really the main idea behind this guide. Long-term profit in pixel worlds is not only about getting rich fast. It is about making smart choices early, understanding what players may want later, and putting yourself in a position where your inventory can grow in value over time. In my case, the Easter boosters did exactly that. They already brought me a lot of byte coins because I got lucky, and I still believe they will profit even more in the future. That is why I see this as more than just a lucky opening. It was also a strong setup for long-term value. So if you're trying to build profit in pixel worlds, this is something I would seriously think about. Look at limited items. Look at event timing. Look at what could become harder to get later. Because sometimes the best profit is not the fastest profit. Sometimes it is the profit you prepare for early. And for me, this was one of those moments. Again, I will release the full video on the 300k gems Easter booster opening later on. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see everything I got and how much it made me. And do not forget about the 3-letter word giveaway. Like the video, subscribe, and comment your user below. If you're not subscribed, you will not be chosen because I can check. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.